The wise traveler walks alone, for the path to the top of the mountain is narrow. There is room only for two, and the other is truth. Truth is the companion faithful through time, and so the wise traveler never fears solitude. And you are the traveler, unique and undivided, never absorbed. For the path may run alongside another for a while, a journey sometimes shared, but the only companion permanent through time is truth. Like it or not, we stand alone, so we might as well like it. And the wise traveler keeps the Lord of Truth like a jewel in the heart, the guarantee that solitude is never empty.
And the Lord of Light gives you the 7 keys. The first is the jewel between the eyes. Without this key, no door will open. With it, the journey begins. The journey begun, the traveler chooses direction. Right direction brings light. One who journeys in the dark is beset by enemies. You do not need to bend time to find me. It is all easier than you have been told.
Simply change your consciousness. Know yourself.
Know yourself. You are the jewel between your own eyes. Know this and come. The sage is guided by what he feels and not by what he sees. Come and know me with your mind.
Minds travel faster than light. Without leaving home, the traveler conjures the past and imagines the future. The sage, careful of his destination, travels soundlessly to a dimension outside of time. Golden red light. Here, union happens. It is this that purifies.
It is here the traveler becomes the sage.
Father and child. Union
of silence. This is yoga.
You, the incorporeal, with your incorporeal Father. Relationship.
Just for a moment. Just where you are. Let your thoughts slip into silence. Be still.
Be still. चौरासी जन्मों का हुआ ये खेल पुराना है, सतयुग से कलयुग का हुआ संगम ये सुहाना है, सत्य शिवम सुंदर को अब हमने जाना है, शिव पिता प्रभु पिता लेने आए, हमें अब घर जाना है, शिव पिता लेने आए, हमें अब घर जाना है। लख चौरासी जीवों का जल थल में आना जाना है, हम आदम पंछियों का परम धाम ठिकाना है, सूरज चांद तारों को, सूरज चांद तारों को, दुखी और बीमारों को हमें अपना बनाना है, शिव पिता लेने आए, हमें अब घर जाना है, शिव पिता लेने आए, हमें अब घर जाना है। धन तीरथ मन मूरत है, मेरा हर बच्चा भागीरथ है, मानव को देव बनाना शिव पिता के जैसी सीरत है, अपने कुल परिजनों को, अपने कुल परिजनों को भव सागर पार कराना है, शिव पिता प्रभु पिता लेने आए, हमें अब घर जाना है, शिव पिता लेने आए, हमें अब घर जाना है। सुख शांति की उड़ान है, वो पावन हमें चुनरिया, माया मोह से दूर वो बनाए स्वर्ग नगरिया, राधे कृष्ण के संग वहाँ, राधे कृष्ण के संग वहाँ, राधे कृष्ण के संग वहाँ मेरा सर रचाना है, शिव पिता प्रभु पिता लेने आए, हमें अब घर जाना है, शिव पिता लेने आए, हमें अब घर जाना है, शिव पिता लेने आए, हमें अब घर जाना है, शिव पिता लेने आए, हमें अब घर जाना है।
Om Shanti. Good evening, everyone. In the past 7 days, we've been understanding many different concepts about the self-realization, and also trying to get answers of so many questions about life. And in today's session, we will take it forward to a very important concept. Like yesterday, we were talking about the cycle of time. We also understood the process of reincarnation. We understood the concept of rebirth, because usually people would have this confusion that is it real or not. So after understanding this, now the question comes that yes, we are the soul, human souls are coming in this process of reincarnation or rebirth. But sometimes when we are not very happy with our lives and not very satisfied, or things happen that's not according to my wish or my desires, and many unexpected things are also happening in those situations, sometimes we have thoughts that until when we have to come into this cycle of life and death, birth and death. Until when? Is there something called mukti, liberation, that I can just go beyond cycle of coming into life and death again and again? Because when the suffering is so much, then only these kind of thoughts often human beings have. And that is why this question arises, and that is why these concepts are existing in our mythology also. The concepts of liberation, or we can call it mukti and jivan mukti. So we will understand. And how many lives, after all, how many lives we have to come again and again into this cycle of reincarnation? Or I can just choose to leave anytime. So let us understand this cycle. This yesterday we have understood it in the form of a cycle, and today we will understand the concept of the secret of 84 births. So let us have a look at this interesting concept. But before that, let's have a few moments of reflection before we start with this understanding this secret. Let me sit relaxed. And bring my attention from the world outside towards my inner being. I, the soul, on a journey of life. I have been playing so many different roles on my journey in the physical world. Now, in silence, I sit back and reflect upon my life. Once again, a question arises from within. Why I'm here? And how long? In this moment of silence, as I reflect upon my life, I'm ready to explore the answer to all these questions. I'm ready to observe the whole journey through life.
Om Shanti. Is there any disturbance in the voice? Is it clear now? Better? Is it better? Yeah, thank you. So let us move further on this journey of life, not only one life, but a journey through many, many lives that the soul has already experienced. The experience is stored within, but it is time to explore and discover it once again so that, and why it is important to explore it, why it is important to know this whole journey. Because I am the soul, I'm eternal, who has actually passed through all these experiences of through various lives, through various births. And that's why, in the light of understanding that we already got in the previous lessons, we understand, we do realize that every life, whatever situations we have been facing, whatever kind of family, education, atmosphere, whatever we have experienced, everything has an impact on the soul. We do realize that, right? So let us see the secret of 84 births. Here you can see a ladder, I think on the left side of your screen. So you see this ladder. We will, today's lesson is just like simply, I'm telling you your story. It's your story and my story. It's our story. All of us, all the souls, how we go through on this journey of various lives. So we will understand this concept in a very interesting way. Why I'm saying it's a story, because that is the truth. We came from our home of light, the world of light, where the souls were staying with their Supreme Father peacefully. That was the home of silence, sweet silence. But the journey begins. There is no journey in the soul world. The journey begins as we come down here. And this story begins. Now, the story begins when the soul enters into this physical costume. Because when we left that home and we started planning to come down and start this drama, we were told very clearly. Of course, our Father will give all the instructions to us, and He would have told us that you are going to that planet, and that planet is corporeal world. You are the residents of incorporeal world, and you are going to the corporeal world, to the physical world. And there you cannot survive without a corporeal costume. Just like you see, if right now, if somebody is planning to go into space, you cannot go with this dress, this normal clothes, what you are wearing here. You need a special space suit for that. You will wear that costume and then only you can go there. There is a special requirement for every place, for wherever you are going. So when the soul is coming down, we definitely needed this costume. Because we were living in, just imagine that we were living in a world which is the world of silence. It's beyond sound. We don't know what is sound there, because it's complete sweet silence. Nothing but silence, nothing else. So that is the place, our home. And we are going to a totally new world where there are sounds. You need to speak, you need to listen. You can't understand each other without speaking and listening. You need to express yourself in a corporeal way here in this Sakar world, corporeal world, or the physical world. It's a world of where through these sense organs only you sense, you catch, or you can understand each other. So of course we need this costume. Now the law applies. We need this costume, that's fine, but this costume is also belonging to this physical world. And there is a law of nature here. Nature is here. Nature, when we say, it's 5 elements. Nature is made of 5 elements. And there is a fixed law that applies to this nature, which is change. Change. So once we enter into this physical world, the world of 5 elements, we have to come into the process of change. We have to experience this change. Means the soul was pure, 100% pure when I was sitting there in my home. I was completely pure. But as soon as I come down and I take this physical body, the law applies. The law of change applies to the soul, not only to the body, because I come in contact with the costume, this physical costume. So the law applies to me as well. So from 100%, then percentage will start reducing slowly, gradually, but it does happen constantly. So this is the main foundation of this story. And the one is because we have to see all the rules, all the laws. According to that, you will understand the whole concept. Then there was a rule in this story, simple rule, that I, the soul, I'm pure. I come down 100% pure. If I want to go back, then what is the rule? I should be 100% pure again, then only I can go back. If I'm 99%, I still cannot go back because that is the purest light, eternally pure light, my sweet home. So to reach there, to go back there, I need to be 100% pure. So once I come here, I start falling down in terms of purity. So, which means that in between the game or the play, until the play ends, I cannot return. So, let us understand it more in detail here. So, this is the story of rise and downfall of Bharat along 84 births. And when we say Bharat here, it's not only the Bharat or the map of India that we see today, because here it's the story of the whole world basically. But in the beginning of the cycle, in the beginning of the cycle, which is Satyug, which is the golden age, at that time, the place that exists where there is complete divine civilization is residing. That is called Bharat. Definitely, it includes India and some other nearby parts clubbed together. That is called Bharat, to be very specific. As we've understood that it was the golden period, heaven on earth, Satyug, the first quadrant, yesterday we have seen in the cycle, 1/4 part of the cycle, which is 1250 years, the beginning of this cycle, very, very pure. That is the time when we started our journey. And that is how we have started our journey. This world was very, very beautiful. And beautiful basically means pure. Because when there is purity, then there is everything else. There is happiness, there is peace, there is prosperity. Everything follows purity because purity is the mother of peace and happiness. And definitely prosperity is there because a pure soul deserves everything. So that time, and we can understand with logic also, it's the beginning of the world, and it's the time when the nature is also providing us with all the resources. We have just arrived on this planet. Just imagine. Everything is in abundance, everything is in purity, everything in its highest elevated stage. So that is the time. Of course, we will enjoy playing our parts on this planet. So, first thing what happened as soon as we came down, we take leave from our Supreme Father. Okay, we are going. And he says, fine, because the children are asking, okay, we want to go and explore the new world. So, he also said, it's fine, but do remember that that is not your home. This is your home. And after you finish your playing and everything, you enjoy everything there. I am providing you with all the best possible resources there. Everything is pure, everything is ready for you, clean and pure. You play, you enjoy, but then remember that you have to come back home. What did we do? As soon as we arrived here, this earth was really beautiful. Right now, if you imagine a world called heaven, because we have heard about heaven a lot, but whatever best you can imagine about heaven, just imagine that it was much, much more beautiful than your imagination, actually. Because again, beauty means purity. All kinds of, there's no sorrow, there is no pain, there is no problem, no worries. There's nothing like that because the soul is also pure and matter is also pure. So this is the stage. So as soon as we arrived, we started really enjoying that. And in a short while, we forgot our home. But in the beginning, we still remember that I am a soul and I have taken this costume to play my role. But it was so attractive, this world. We just got engaged in enjoying this world. We forgot the Father, we forgot our home. One reason, this. Second reason is the law of nature applies. So I have to slowly come down in the level of purity. One more important concept. Because it's a drama, it's like a play or a movie. Like in a theater show, if you have seen, or any drama, if you have seen, all the actors are not going to come onto the stage together. There are very few opening actors who will start the first scene of the drama. So, here, when there is heaven on this earth, there are very few opening actors who started the first scene of heaven. And right now, sitting in this iron age, if we remember those human beings, those souls, those opening actors, we remember them as deities. We remember them as divine human beings. They were also human beings, but very pure. You can imagine what kind of selection God would have made to start the drama. Would have been very, very beautiful and perfect. So they are 16 celestial degrees, 16 kalas, solar kala, just like the full moon. That's why their degree of purity is compared with full moon. There are 16 celestial degrees of the moon, and every day when you see it's changing, slight downfall is there, and then in the end there is no moon. From full moon to no moon, this journey of the soul we will understand. So when in the beginning souls came, here you see the golden period of this ladder. The whole ladder we have shown you in the beginning. So this is the first part, which is the 1/4, 1250 years of period of golden age. In this time period, how many steps do you see here? Can you see clearly in the picture? There are 8 steps here. So it represents actually 8 births. 8 births. So very specific. The opening actors of the drama, we would like to know how many were there in the beginning. And I was there or not. We would like to know for ourselves. So by the end of today's session, you will understand you were there or not, or at what stage of the cycle you've entered. Ready for that? So first understand the concept, then you can relate it with your own personal journey. So what happened is, in the beginning, there were 900,000, 9 lakhs. 900,000 souls came from up there, from the home, to begin to start the first scene of this drama. Law applies. As soon as soul enters into the body, it cannot remain 100% pure even after one day, because already entered. So the law applies, even if it is 99.99%, but it's not 100. So they are into this process of life and death. Now what will happen after one life? Lifespan is also longer. in the golden age, because when the soul is pure, it deserves a long life and a healthy life. Healthy body, health, wealth, happiness, everything is there because of purity. So when health is there, there is no other ailments or sickness. We don't really cannot visualize that deity is becoming sick and going to see the doctor. We can't imagine that because there is nothing like that exists there. When we say happiness, happiness includes all kinds of happiness. There are four types of happiness if you classify it. In Hindi, we would say tan, man, dhan, and jan. Tan means this body, man is mind, dhan is the wealth, and jan means relations. So in all the four aspects, we experience happiness there. So there is no sickness, no illness, no, not even aging. Aging signs are not there. Wrinkles and glasses and gray hair, nothing is there. 100% pure nature. We've been, you can imagine, just think. I would say, okay, listen to the story in this way, as if you were there in that 900,000. Okay, so you were there. So listen. That's why. That's how you will be able to understand the whole process, how it happened. We went to see at one doctor's place, clinic. It was written there. There was a statement like a slogan: "Worried about wrinkles? These wrinkles are result of your worries." So that is the truth. That is the truth. Everything starts in here. And when the soul is pure, mind is pure, then body is also perfect. So that's the stage there. Now what is happening? 9 lakh, 900,000, they came in the beginning. After they leave body or they complete their one life, they will leave that costume and then they will take a new birth, right? Because they cannot go back in between. And it's not 100% pure now, so the soul cannot go back. So definitely it will take a new costume, new birth, still pure, second birth also pure. At the same time, one more thing is happening. There are more souls up there waiting. They also have to come into this play, in this drama. So something like when this first batch of souls, they are entering into the second birth, there are some others who are just now coming from up there, and it is their first birth. I'm coming to answer a very important question some people have, many people have, that if the soul is eternal and imperishable, soul is never created, it cannot be destroyed, why the population is increasing? Why and how the human population is increasing so fast? And it is ever increasing. You see, from the beginning, and whatever number of years we have the data about population of the whole world, the population of whole world never reduced. It's always increasing, only increasing. This is how it is happening. So those who came in the beginning, they didn't go back. They take a new birth, one after the other, and new ones are also coming and adding on to the population. So this is adding on and increasing the number of people on this planet. It's not that soul is divided into, one soul is divided into two souls and it becomes two or three. Soul is indivisible entity. It's even smaller than the atom. It cannot be divided, just a point. So it's indivisible, that there's no question that souls can be divided and then one soul becomes two and population increasing. It's not like that. So we are understanding from the soul world, more souls are coming and constantly coming. So by the end of Kali Yuga, by the end of this Iron Age, right now where we are sitting, we can see people, the souls are still coming. Population is still increasing. So there might be souls who Now, in this total population of the end of Kali Yuga, end of Iron Age, definitely those 900,000 are also there in this total population, right? Somewhere hidden. We need to explore that. Before that, we see the whole journey. So, after the golden age, then comes the silver age. Let's have a look. This is again next 1250 years of second era of silver age, which is called Treta Yuga. Satyug was Sun dynasty. We remember that as Sun dynasty, and Treta Yuga or silver age is remembered as Moon dynasty. In the golden age, if you were there, the souls who came in the beginning, they took 8 births, one after the other, and then they enter into the silver age. And in this period of 1250 years of silver age, the souls will take 12 rebirths. And by the end of silver age, the population will be around 33 crores. 33 crores population. And those who are out of all of you, those who understand a little bit mythology of Hinduism, there is a mention of 33 crore Devi Devtas, deities. When they worship God or gods and goddesses in any form, but they cannot name everyone. So in the end, they would just worship collectively 33 crores of deities in the devotion. So that is actually the total population of this world by the end of Silver Age. Now this 33 crores also includes those 9 lakhs. They have also not left. They are still there in the new car. Driver has left one car and taken the new car. Roads are same. The number of cars is increasing. So after some time, what will happen when the number of cars is increasing too much? What will happen? Road is also getting older. In the beginning, roads were new, so the driving was smooth, and the number of cars was also less, so driving was very comfortable. And by the time we enter into copper age, what happens? The number of cars has increased a lot to a great extent. So driving is becoming a little bit difficult now. The journey is becoming difficult. And on the other hand, what is happening? The purity of the soul is also declining. That's why the soul's power is also decreasing. Problems are increasing out there, and soul's power is decreasing. So that's why the problems seem to be unbearable along this journey as the time is passing. So when we enter into the copper age, you remember yesterday we had spoken about in the cycle the swastika. What happens in copper age? It takes a left side turn, which is the opposite direction. From righteousness, we go towards unrighteousness, irreligiousness. Basically, from soul conscious, we shift to body consciousness. We forget that we are a soul. And that was the biggest mistake. That is where everything goes wrong, because we forgot who we are. We forgot that I am a soul, what is my originality? And we start looking at the bodies. We started identifying ourselves and identifying others also as a body. And when you identify each other according to the body, what will you see? You will see this one is black, this one is white, this one is yellow skin, this one is which nationality, It's Indian, it's American, it's French, or something else. Which language this person is speaking, we identify and we differentiate on that basis. It's a male or a female, young or old or a child. So on that basis, we started discriminating and we started acting on the basis of that discrimination. Of course, problems will arise. And when all this happening, this is in the root. Body consciousness is the root of all the evils. Root cause is that, but we were not able to identify the root cause because we don't even remember that I am a soul. But we lost our peace. We lost that stage of happiness. We lost that innocent purity that we had in the golden age. So the soul started searching for that purity, happiness, and peace once again. You see, in golden age and silver age, on this in the heaven, we are enjoying the journey. And now suddenly this shift happens and we have experienced sorrow and pain. And then in that search, what will we do? Then the soul looks up there. Here begins the search of God. Because somewhere inside, soul has a subtle hidden memory. We don't remember exactly what it was, but we have the feeling there is someone up there who is very powerful and he is the one who can help me. So in that search, what we did, we started, you see, that is the time when all the bhakti, when all kind of devotion has started. It is in the copper age, which is called Dwapar Yug. And here, because of body conscious, when the soul is becoming impure and started experiencing sorrow and suffering from all kinds of pain and hurt without understanding the reason for that, they started seeking for that help from somewhere. Some even started leaving their homes and in search of peace, in search of truth. They started their journey of some kind of tapasya, or they went into jungle and started seeking for that truth. And people also discovered various kinds of meditations at that time, because it was basically going beyond this physical world and trying to search what is the truth of life, why we are here. So in that process, so many religions started developing in this copper age. Actually, this is the time when they started worshipping God in different forms, because when they were sitting, just imagine now one very interesting fact to be really understood very clearly. Just imagine those 900,000, and you can see yourself there in that 900,000. You were there. Now, passing through all this journey of 20 births already, 8 in golden age and 12 in silver age. 8 plus 12. After 20 births, taking one body after the other, then the next, then the next. So many times when we taking body, we are coming into body constantly. It was very natural to forget that I am a soul, because always we are looking at each other in this physical form. But the same 900,000 have reached now up to the Dwapar Yug, the copper age. And there are some other souls who are just now coming down from that Paramdham, from the soul world. They are just arriving in copper age directly. They haven't seen golden age or silver age, right? So there are two kinds of, if we divide into two categories in copper age, one is those 900,000, or those who were there in golden age, Or there were others also who were there in Silver Age. They are also there. And the other categories who is just now arrived. Who will be suffering more? Who will be suffering more? Who will feel more pain, more sorrow? The ones, the ones who have experienced 100% happiness, they will feel more pain because they are not able to adjust. They have experienced so much of peace, so much of perfection they have seen. Even if they don't remember exactly, even if it is not in the memory, conscious memory, but the soul has the experience inside. So when the suffering begins in Copper Age, these are the ones who start searching for God in the beginning, not the ones who have just arrived. Because the soul who has just arrived is still pure. And the pure soul, because just arrived from Paramdham, from their home, the pure soul is still getting some kind of happiness, even in that world. And they don't have a comparison. They haven't seen Satyug and Treta Yug. They haven't seen the golden period. They haven't seen the perfection. So the souls who will come later on, they will have the feeling that world is like this only. Because for them, this is the beginning. They've just arrived. And those who were there before, they have started experiencing that something is missing. Something is missing. They started searching something. And they are the ones who will start meditating in their own way. They start trying to connect with that truth in their own way, search for the truth. And when they sit in silence, it's a very interesting and very subtle thing to understand. Soul is same, right? Who has gone through the whole process, it remembers or not, that's a different thing. But the soul is same. Now in a different costume in Copper Age. When it will sit in silence, in search of truth, some images of the past would emerge in the form of those deities, divine, very divine images. They will have the visions and they will feel that this is God. When they see Sri Ram, Krishna, and Lakshmi, Narayan, all these images are emerging. And from where it is emerging, actually, the reality is now we are understanding that because if this soul, suppose in golden age, the soul of Krishna or the soul of Narayan and Sri Lakshmi, they have taken rebirth and they have reached into this copper age. When they sit in the silence, of course, they will have some feeling. That vision will attract them, but they don't remember this was me. They don't remember it was me. They don't remember that that's my own history. No, but because present time, when they see themselves, is not that pure. And when they see that image, it looks like so divine. So what they did, they started feeling that God, that is God's image, and they started creating temples there. So this is how the path of devotion begins here. Isn't it interesting? All of us are part of this story. We all have done this. We started worshipping, we started remembering God, and then different religions came in Dwapar Yuga, in Kali Yuga, in this Copper Age and Iron Age. So many religious leaders also came then. And all those religious leaders, all those reformers, or the gurus, the masters who came to give us a good direction, a positive direction. But later on, what happened? We named those all those philosophies into different religions, different branches. We will understand that deeply in next lesson tomorrow. So the question now is, although we started worshipping God in this copper age, still the downfall is happening. You see, still we are coming down this ladder. Why? If we have started worshipping God, if we started prayers or meditations or various kinds of devotions, then there should not be downfall anymore, but it still happened. What is the main reason? Because we main reason of the downfall was the root was body consciousness, right? And nobody is working on that. Nobody is working on eliminating body conscious and becoming soul conscious. What they are trying to do is they are praying God and they are asking God that please remove my vices, give me happiness, take away my sorrows. But what is the root cause of my sorrows? They are not trying to make effort on that. And when they are worshipping God also, they don't know who is God actually. Somebody told me this is the form of God. I started worshipping that one. Somebody else told me, no, this is not right. That is right. You should go to that pilgrimage. There you will benefit and there you will definitely get some blessing. So we started that journey. So we have done so much because soul was really seeking, soul was really searching for that. So in this process, now see this ladder. We remember that in golden age there were 8 births, then silver age 12. Now in copper age, number of births is increasing. In copper age, it is 21 births. You can keep a note. And in iron age, in Kali Yuga, it is 42. Soul takes 42 births here. How many total? It becomes, total is 83. So one soul who will come from the beginning until the end, it takes 83 births. And here begins the time of transformation, because when we are into extreme darkness, then the role of God begins. And He has to come to bring about that light once again. Because we have come into so much of darkness, we are not able to discover the light. This is how, at present, if you see the situation of the world, we are trying, we know, everyone knows that yes, there is a need for spirituality, there is a need to do something to improve ourselves. We are understanding that, but what to do, how to do, we don't know. We don't even know that who is God, how to connect with Him, forget about connecting. So now who will tell me? Slowly, slowly, all the souls are coming down from that Paramdham. Population is still increasing. By the end of 83 births, so much population you see, especially in the countries like India. So populated, there's no place. How much we want to increase more? What do you think that how long this world will remain like this and the souls will keep coming? There will be an end somewhere, right? Somewhere there will be an end when all the souls have come down on this world stage. Because the last scene of the drama is when all the actors, they are present on the stage. That is the last scene of the drama. So this is the time, very soon all the actors will be here. But question is, now it's the time to go back. But who can take us back and how we can go back? This is the next question now. Let us see. Here you can see Sangam Yuga. So this is the last spiritual Brahman birth, spiritual birth. Now from here, because we have already taken 83 births, how this spiritual birth begins. This is the birth when the soul gets the realization, when the soul gets the knowledge and introduction to the truth, introduction to the true form of God, and they start connecting with that source, connecting with that supreme source to transform themselves. And this can only happen when God Himself comes and tells His own reality. Because everyone has different image and imagination about God. Who can tell the truth? Only He Himself can come and tell that this is me, this is my real form, this is my true form. So He has to come. This is the important thing to understand, that He has to come to explain. And actually, He doesn't need to explain too much when He Himself comes. Until now, what was happening? It's like a child is away from his father for so long time, since childhood. Child was away, he was lost. He was trying to search his father. As he grows up a little bit, he is asking here, asking there. I want to know my roots. I want to know my parents. I want to go back to my father. And those who have seen his father, they also don't know exactly where he is right now. But those who have seen somewhere, maybe for a while, or maybe some friends of his father, they try to explain, because the child is very curious about knowing how my father looks like, means what is his kind of introduction. He wants to receive more information about his father, and everyone is trying to explain him in their own way. Those who have seen, they are explaining him, but he is not able to create a very clear image about his father, because everyone is explaining in a different way. And this is what was happening with all of us. We tried to search, we went to some gurus, we went to some masters, we went to some other wisdom people, and we asked them. They explained us. Maybe they have some experience, but when they explain, we couldn't get a very clear image. That's why this confusion is still there. Don't know how he actually looks like. I want to really find him and connect with him. So I'm not sure now what is needed. Of course, he is observing. He's observing from up there. The child is really searching. And he's also observing because he has sent some very important souls, very, very pure souls, to give his message also. All those messengers, different religious masters, they came. So they were like our elder brothers. They are also souls. They are like divine brothers and elder brothers who have come to tell us the qualities of God, and they remind us about God also in their own different ways. Maybe it helped for some time, but not for a long term. So finally, God decides, now I have to go. Now I have to go myself to tell them their story, because we all are into the cycle of life and death. So we don't even remember our past life. How can I remember so many lives? He is the only one who doesn't come into the cycle of birth and death, who never comes in the cycle of reincarnation. We have understood this when we have taken the introduction of God. What is the difference between the souls and Supreme Soul? So this is one of the important difference, that he never comes in this cycle of, because he doesn't take birth. So that is why he remembers the whole story. So, who can authentically tell the whole story? Only He. No one else can. And when we talk about liberation, who can give us liberation? The one who is out of this cycle can give us liberation. If some people are in the jail, in the prison, somebody who wants to help them to bring them out from that jail, he himself should be out of jail. If someone who is himself taking birth and coming in this cycle of birth and death cannot liberate others, it's as simple as that. So there is one and only one who can tell us our whole story. And that one is only that incorporeal God. With due respect to all the religious masters and leaders who have been telling us a good way of reaching God, but until now, nobody could achieve that. People have tried their best. So that is the reason why God decides. Shiv Baba himself decides that I need to go and tell my children this is the story. And tell my children now what is the way to go back to your home. He created heaven for us, and we have made it into hell because of body consciousness, because of the five vices. It has become complete hell. We realize it or not, because some people still don't realize. If they have some good life, so called, like they have enough of wealth, enough of facilities, for short term they start feeling that we are in heaven, we don't need anything, we don't even need this spirituality or meditation or things like that, because we are happy. But that happiness is very temporary, because we have to understand right now this is the time of darkness, and if we don't realize that, we cannot make effort to transform ourselves, because now this is the time of transformation, this is the time of Sangam Yuga, and I have to realize and I have to prepare for the new cycle that is coming. So this is the age of confluence age, the age of transformation. So you see here in this picture, on this side, on the left side, you see Kali Yuga, the Iron Age, and on the right side, you can see Golden Age. In between, this is the Sangam Yuga or the confluence age. And here you can see one Yagya Havan, the sacrificial fire. And this is the sacrificial fire of the yoga, which is the communion between the soul and the supreme soul. And the fire of yoga means the energy which is created through this connection of soul and supreme soul. This energy is so high that we can burn our sins, all our five vices into this fire, and we can purify ourselves. Because what is the difference between a human being of the Iron Age of Kali Yuga and divine human beings of Satyug Golden Age? What is the difference? They are also human beings. Difference is only of the qualities. Difference is only about here they have devilish characters. Five vices, it's really like devilish characters. Devil doesn't mean that it will not be like a different kind of face, or they have a different kind of crown on their head and you will recognize that this is a devil. It's not like that. It's about the traits, personality traits. And right now the personality of human beings has become full of vices. Because of that, there are devilish traits displayed. So when we burn, we absolve our sins into this sacrificial fire of yoga with the Supreme. That is also taught by God Himself. That how you can connect with me and how you can burn your sins into this fire and you can purify yourself and become like deities again, become those divine human beings once again. So, this is the time of purification. This is a time of transformation where God Himself is giving us this lottery that in this short time, I am here to help you. We will understand in the coming next two sessions how God comes and how He talks to us. Somebody asked me this question in the second or third lesson. Have you seen God? Have you ever spoken to Him, talked to Him? Yes. And you will also be able to do that. So stay with us for the next 2 days also and understand what important role God is playing right now. We have played our roles. Human beings have done their best to transform the world also. They try, do many things with their ego. They feel, yes, I can change the world. But He says, you see what you have done. I gave you heaven and you made it into hell. This is what human power has done. Now you will see the magic of God's power, what He can do. But He will also do through us. He would enlighten us and make us His hands to transform the whole world, because all of us, those who will realize, they can contribute in this transformation task, because it's a very huge task of transformation of impure world into pure world. Just ask this question from yourself: do I want to become part of this process of transformation, to bring heaven on this planet once again, to transform this hell, finish this hell completely? Because one more thing is, those who will contribute in creating heaven, they will come in heaven. That will be the selection, how selection will be made, because in the next cycle again it will open with 900,000, and that selection will be made now in the conscience age, who will take this share of responsibility. And you know what we have to do? I can see some hands. That's nice. Who will take this responsibility? It's not like a responsibility basically. It's only what we have to do is, I transform myself, I purify myself. This is my biggest contribution to God in His task of purifying this world, of making heaven, creating heaven on this planet. Ready? I hope everyone is ready. We are on the journey. Come together on this journey. Yes, I can see some hands. That's very nice, very beautiful. So let us begin with some reflection with this. Let's go together. Very nice, very nice. Thank you so much for so many hands. So let us begin this journey of creating heaven on this earth once again, taking a pledge of transforming myself. Thank you so much. Thanks, everyone. So let's have few minutes of meditation and reflection. Om Shanti. Sitting in this moment of silence, realizing I, the soul, am on a journey through lives. have taken so many births, beginning from the golden age, when God has gifted me with a beautiful heaven on this earth. Passing through so many lives, life after life, birth after birth. Now I have reached the Iron Age. I experienced the darkness of vices. I, the soul, I was searching for the truth. I was searching for my true identity. This is when God Himself found me. I tried finding Him, searching Him, but I couldn't. That's where He decided to come and find me. I can experience God's light, Shiv Baba's light, pulling me towards the truth, inspiring me to begin the journey of transformation. I am touched by that divine light. He brings me out from the darkness of Kali Yuga, of Iron Age, and brings me into the Confluence Age, the age of transformation. Now, with this realization, I enter into a new phase of my life. Where I can realize the importance of purifying my inner being through this divine connection with God. I experience the inner joy of being on this journey. In this silence, I listen to God's voice, who is asking me, my sweet child, I need your support. to bring back that heaven on this earth once again, to make this world beautiful once again. My sweet child, your self transformation will be the greatest help for world transformation. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti Didi. Wonderful session. We have a few questions today. Can we go forward with the questions?
Sure.
Didi, according to the scriptures, all those avatars like Rama, Guru Nanak Ji, Sri Krishna Ji, who were present in Satyug, they were not God. So this person wants to know were they God or not. So according to scriptures, they were in Satyug. So were they not God is the question.
Like you mentioned about all these names, actually all these divine personalities or the religious personalities, they actually were very divine personalities. They came at different points of time, not all in Satyug. Because according to the time period also, if you see Guru Nanak Dev Ji, it is about 500 years ago. And 500 years ago, it is Kali Yuga. He has mentioned about Satyug, but he mentioned that there was Satyug, but he himself came at this time when it was needed here. So all these personalities have come at different points of time. You can also say sometimes like messengers of God, but the one who is actually whose messengers they were, that God is one. That God is only one. And finally, in the end of the cycle, he himself has to come. He has sent them, these great personalities, to bring about some reformation. But finally, there is a time of complete transformation. And actually, in tomorrow's lesson, we will also understand about the different branches of religions and how that's their role is so important. We will understand the importance of roles of each one of them, what you are saying.
Okay. And the next question is also somewhat similar. In the golden ages, also there were souls like Ravan. So according to scriptures, in the golden ages, there were souls like Ravan. So good and bad souls were there in the golden age also. Please explain, Didi.
Hmm. Yeah, when they say when Sri Krishna was there was Kans also. When Ram is there, then Ravan is also there. So actually, when these mythology things were written, all these scriptures are written, they have tried to explain a very subtle truth of life. And as we understood in today's chapter, in Satyug and Treta Yuga, we were so happy and we were so divine ourselves. We were so pure that we don't need these scriptures even. We needed these scriptures or these all this devotion only when we enter into Dwapar Yuga, we enter into Copper Age, when the sorrow has already started, pain has already started. That time, these things were written. And this is explaining the subtle truth that is actually happening inside the war between the good and the evil, which is happening inside all these battles and wars that a human mind is experiencing after entering into copper age, after we enter into body conscious stage, and after these five vices enter into our lives, then this struggle and this war begins. So actually the characters were taken of gods and goddesses, but the story of every human being's inner psychology was explained through these scriptures. This is how it is. This is the actually the fact. Because if we take it in a very literal way, suppose when the Ram is there, then Ravan is also there, and the things like war and things like all these conflicts are happening even in Satyug, then what is the difference between Satyug and Kalyug? Then why would anyone remember Satyug as heaven on this earth? So there must be something else, which is for that we have to see beyond the words, not take the words in a literal sense.
Okay. The next question. Om Shanti Didi. I am just 27 years old and I have very strong feeling of detachment from this world and would like to spend my life in the memories of God. On the other hand, my family wants me to get married and move further in my life. I'm very confused to which side go I should go and how I should choose one path from these. Please help.
Actually, I think you should take some time, even if your parents want, because what they want is also not wrong according to them, and what you want is also right. But like you said, that you are confused. In the confusion stage, if I give you some decision, that would not be a very good idea, because in my influence you can take some decision, or in somebody else's influence, that is not a permanent decision. So you have to first see that what do you really want, and for that you have to understand yourself, not only following the feeling that I just want this, but what exactly you will do if you go on to this kind of path. But there are actually different ways of following. You can pursue your, I'm not sure, maybe you are a student or you are working at the age of 27, what are you actually doing? Because while performing our duties in this physical world, whatever we are supposed to do according to the family conditions and all, and I would say in general way, I will not answer you right away that what you should choose, but I will say that you should become strong enough, wise enough first to choose one thing for yourself, or maybe something like a balance. But for that, you have to become more empowered inside. So practice meditation regularly, also study regularly. But I would also suggest that if you have a Brahma Kumari center nearby, you can also go and talk to the sisters there, or maybe can take an appointment on phone or something like that, because there might be other factors which we cannot discuss here. Any decision is not made just like this. So that is what I would suggest. But you continue your spiritual study, then you become more clear in your mind.
Okay. Next question. If all the purest souls came down first during the Golden Age, then why did some of the spiritual leaders, like Jesus, Buddha, etc., carrying God's message come down later on?
Yeah, because in golden age you don't need that message. In golden age we were pure, divine, we are happy, we don't have any problem, and nobody would listen to them also if they had come at that time. It is when we started searching, then they were sent. According to the right time they come. Their role is, importance of their role is there in copper age, in iron age, when the souls are suffering and they are searching, then only they will be seeking for truth. And when the soul is really seeking, that time they will value it. That is why we still remember all these great personalities.
Okay. Um, Didi, the holy scriptures say the next avatar is Kalki,
Mm.
according to Sanatan Dharma. Similarly, different religions say differently. So, is it Avatar who is expected, or is it God who will be coming? Is it the judgment day, as it is said by other holy books? So, similar questions have been asked.
Mm. It will be more clarified tomorrow, but one thing I would like to say, uh, because we need a proper definition also. When you say avatar coming or God is coming, so first thing is that we need a clear definition about what is called avatar, what is a divine birth, what is avatar, and what is the difference between a divine birth and avatar. And God, how he comes, God will take avatar, or what is it called actually? And usually people don't have a clear image about that. If I say God's coming time is right now, then also everyone will have a different image. Some people might have the feeling that there is maybe there will be some announcement up there, there will be lightning in the sky and God will appear and we will just listen to his voice. He will be giving some message or do some magic, and in 1 minute the whole world will be transformed. It's not going to happen like that. There is a way how he comes, and we will understand. We have 2 more days to understand this. This role of God has already started actually. His coming and talking to his children has already begun. We just need to understand. Those who are new to this journey, they just need to understand, and the signals are already coming.
Yes. And the next question is, does the soul have two types, good one and bad one?
Soul originally is pure, but when we say Pap Atma, Punya Atma, pure soul and impure soul, that is on the later stages according to the karma, because soul is performing karma and soul is responsible for those karma. According to that impression on the soul of its own performed actions, then the soul is labeled like that, pure soul or impure soul. But if you see the originality, every soul is pure, and that's why there is a chance to go back to that purity stage once again.
Yes, and the last question for today is, right now it is Kalyug. So how much years is left for Satyug? And the holy book says that there are millions of years. So what about your opinion?
I would say very short time is left now. Time is not much. And all the signs, when you are saying about holy books, there were some signs given in those holy books, and those signs are already visible, and not now. It's already visible for past few decades. So according to that, it seems like the time is not much now, and it is good. How long we want to see this negativity and this darkness? We also would like to see the light coming in and darkness vanishing, bringing out that pure divinity and establishing heaven on this planet. We would love to see that soon.
Okay, Didi, that was the last question for the day. Thank you so much for revealing such secrets about the time cycle. And also, thank you for your words of wisdom. Like yesterday, I would like to make the announcement once again regarding the data. So, to all those who are listening or have attended this course while Zoom, or by YouTube, kindly send us your details on the WhatsApp number. The WhatsApp number is 9953 Once again, the WhatsApp number is 9953019549. Thank you so much, Didi. Thanks to all. Om Shanti.